Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing and Painting. Thanks for joining us in this pressure washing video today. Today in this pressure washing video, we're going to talk about pre-treating concrete. Alright guys, we're back here at this commercial property. We're going to be washing some of this concrete under here. We're going to go over a few things that could help you determining whether you need to pre-treat your concrete with a sodium hypochlorite solution or not, and if you do, what type and how much of a solution you should use, and the preferred method of application as well. Also, if you're looking to learn exactly how to quote out some of these commercial properties, we have a brand new training course right now on BillyDavidsonVIP.com that will teach you how to price out all types of commercial properties. Also, there'll be some information down in the description as well if you're interested. So guys, I get this question all the time. Do you need to pre-treat, and why do you need to pre-treat your concrete before surface cleaning? A couple things there. Sometimes it's not necessary to pre-treat. Most often we don't pre-treat our concrete. Now that being said, if you have smaller equipment, 4 gallons per minute and under, sometimes pre-treating may benefit you in speeding up the cleaning process. If you're running an 8 gallon per minute machine or even higher, sometimes pre-treating has no really benefits to you unless it's really severe concrete. In this particular situation, this concrete's pretty severe. This used to be a truck stop, transferred and converted over to an RV dealership. So this concrete is quite dirty, so we are going to pre-treat it just to kind of help lift up some of these organic stains and some other stains in here as well, spillage and that sort of thing. Now, sodium hypochlorite is only going to interact with the organic stains, and what I mean by organic is biological growth such as algae, mold, and mildew, and other forms of growth on the concrete. Sodium hypochlorite is not going to do a whole lot for oil stains and mineral stains and stuff like that. So those other type of stains will take a degreaser or either other type of cleaners. Sodium hypochlorite is a biocide and it's only going to interact with the organic stains. So that has to be very clear when you're talking to your customer, because if we're removing oil stains and mineral stains, that is a much more significant upcharge versus just surface cleaning the organic growth off of it. So today we're going to pre-treat with about a 4% sodium hypochlorite. We're actually achieving our 4% through a 12-volt system, mini skid, if you will, that we have acquired from SoutheastSoftwash.com. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment to pre-treat concrete and do other soft washing methods. That is our preferred method. Now you can do this with an X-Jet, and if you just wanted to go caveman on it, you could do it with a pump-up sprayer as well, although that would take much longer. But I will say downstreaming is not going to achieve a higher enough sodium hypochlorite concentration to really become effective on organic stains on concrete. Downstreaming will be effective on washing vinyl siding and other forms of siding that require a much less form of sodium hypochlorite solution, but concrete requires a much higher concentration just because it's so porous, and these organic stains have really attached themselves into those pores of the concrete, making it quite difficult to remove. So sometimes pre-treating will help release some of those organic stains, release that root system that they have going on. That way your surface cleaner will glide across it and probably go twice as fast, 2 times as fast, the amount of square footage per hour that you would get if you didn't pre-treat, if you're using a 4 gallon per minute machine or below. Let's repeat that. If you pre-treat with a 4% sodium hypochlorite solution, you should do approximately twice the amount of square footage per hour if you're on a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer with, let's say, a 20-inch surface cleaner. Now, if you have a higher flow machine and more horsepower and a larger surface cleaner, you're not going to get that much benefit out of pre-treating. So sometimes you really have to weigh your options, weigh the time penalty that you're going to take pre-treating. And if you buy in bulk SH, you're probably getting it cheap, but if you're not, sometimes this SH can get quite expensive. So you have to weigh in those time penalties and monetary penalties if you're going to pre-treat your concrete versus the type of equipment you're using versus the type of surface you're washing and the amount of infestation it has. So that being said, I'm going to show you how we pre-treat this and how much is too much and how much is just enough. All right, guys, we're back. We're ready to pre-treat. We have our system dialed in where we're going to receive 4% by volume out this nozzle. This is just your standard soft washing nozzle with a J-rod on the end. There are tons of configurations of this soft wash system that you can put together. Just make sure you do it in a fashion that works best for you if you're assembling one of these and it's easy to repair, because oftentimes these get dropped, stepped onto, that sort of thing. So that's the equipment we're using, again, on a 12-volt system, which puts out about 5.5 gallons per minute at the pump. But that being said, once you come through 200 feet of ag hose in this gun and the J-rod and everything else, we're probably only really getting maybe 3 or 3.5 gallons per minute out this J-rod. I say that because it's quite important. You can over-treat concrete using too much SH and just wasting some money and time, or you can under-treat it. So we're going to kind of show you about where you need to be when pre-treating concrete, and also this would go for post-treating as well. It would be the same application, same by volume. Now I will say post-treating is generally for your customer. Pre-treating is for your benefit, post-treating is for your customer. Pre-treating concrete helps speed the process of cleaning up for you. Post-treating keeps the mildew from coming back as fast. It's called a mildew inhibitor. Sometimes post-treating can extend the life of that wash job for many months versus not post-treating. Oftentimes we upsell a post-treatment, and also that again benefits the customer. In different areas of the country, it's different prices. I particularly do my cost of SH times 5. Basically, if I know if I'm going to use $15 of SH post-treating a piece of concrete, I'll times that by 5, and that's kind of my upsell. So, like I said, different areas of the country charges different pricing. Depending on what time you're watching this video, far into the future, these things may have changed. But always refer back to BillyDavidsonVIP.com, to our training page, if you need more help on pricing commercial work and residential. Kind of show you how we do it, how much is too much and how much is not enough. First demonstrating, I'm going to show you how much is not enough, and this is a big mistake that a lot of people use. Even some of the veterans out there, I watch their videos and they're not pre-treating the concrete enough. So we're going to get started pre-treating this and show you how much is not enough, and then we're going to show you how much is too much, and then we're going to kind of find that happy medium in the middle and show you what is the proper amount to pre-treat this concrete, so you're not wasting time and you're not wasting money and you're not making multiple trips to go get more SH when it's not needed. All right, guys, pre-treating not enough is another big mistake people do when treating concrete. That is often caused by having the wand too far away from the surface that you're treating. Let's demonstrate that, and we're going to talk about a couple things that's negative about using this method. Guys, again, this would be too far away from the surface of the concrete, and just doing this and moving it along, that's not enough. Now, a couple things you're going to come across when doing this the improper way. You're going to atomize some of this sodium hypochlorite. It's going to become airborne and perhaps drift, or the wind blows it on something that you don't want SH to contact. Again, this is not enough to make this really that effective, so you're probably wasting SH and wasting your time by pre-treating not enough. So guys, right here would be a demonstration of putting too much. Putting too much is usually often caused by having your wand or your application method too close to the concrete and pulling up the water or the SH and letting it basically puddle up, and that's going to be too much. I'm going to demonstrate that here. This would be too close. I see guys pre-treating like this, and guys, that is just way too much. It's not needed. Once it's wet, you're good. There's no reason to keep dosing this. And again, guys, that would be pre-treating way too much. So now we're going to show you the proper way to pre-treat concrete and the proper method and the amount of sodium hypochlorite you want to put down. All right, guys, right here I'm going to show you the proper way that I like to do it. Usually I like to stay 18 to 24 inches away from the concrete using the equipment that we discussed earlier, and move in a very systematic pattern and overlapping the previous lap. All right, guys, again, that is the proper way to pre-treat or post-treat concrete, using a systematic pattern, overlapping, keeping your wand 18 to 24 inches away from the surface that you're treating. Again, depending on wind condition, if you're in a higher wind condition, you might have to bring it in a little bit closer to keep that spray from atomizing. But generally speaking, about knee high is where you want to be. And you want to walk backwards if possible. Walk your back towards the wind if a wind is blowing. That way your SH smell, any fumes, any droplets is being carried away from you slightly, if that makes any sense. So walking backwards into the wind is what we like to do. I have seen guys treating concrete, walking into the wind, having that spray out in front of them, and you can see their pants, leg, their clothes, their face. They're just taking a beating from it. So walk backwards. Also take the proper precautions when using chemicals, as always. Eye protection. Make sure you have fresh water to flush the skin if some makes contact. Again, guys, if this video has been helpful, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and leave us a like on the way out to your next video. Again, I'm Billy Davidson here with BillyDavidsonVIP.com, hoping that this video helps you complete your next pressure washing job successfully.